Can't you see you found the one? I know we're still in love, so there's no way it's too late. There's no way it's too late.
What was the question again?
I know. I was like,
So the first answer was, is it ever really too late to rekindle something?
Okay.
And
Have you
the
let go of something too soon?
exactly.
Okay.
So yes and no.
Okay.
Because yes, on just a human level, from like my experience, like with my last one,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh shit, I fucked up the first time. We went through the second time, and then I ended it.
Uh-huh.
Ain't no way that's just gonna happen again. That's just back to back to back. Spin the block king. But, yes to that, but no, because you never really know in life. Like you can't predict shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Ending it too soon. Oh, that one is a tricky one. I was just telling Mo, I was like, I've been running away from the song because I was thinking too much
About the last one?
this past week.
Really?
Seasonal depression.
She chill every time. Shout out to her.
And it was like, damn, you were really a good ass fucking one. I was like, everything I asked for,
Mm-hmm.
everything was good. Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, my only healthy relationship, but I don't know. That's hard to top.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, yeah, I've got little sprinkles of it throughout my whole phase, but they take care of me. It's cool.
Right.
On a like
It's not a
day
foundation.
on a day-to-day basis, like I know you're gonna ride for me.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's like, damn, did I let go too quick?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. It just goes back to the point of, are you gonna fulfill me fully?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's something I was pondering about. Almost to the point I was like, oh, how you doing?
Hey, big head.
Ain't no hey big head.
Or like, hope you're doing good.
Oh my god. Listen,
Or just a random Instagram post like,
the reply would have been, I'm doing great.
Future meme.
but it's weird though because in the moment it's like, oh, this is fucking amazing. Like
Mm-hmm.
this weight has been lifted off, but then you think about what could have been. Just you never know.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you get stuck in that thought. You just you gotta accept it for what it is.
Someone should detail the thin line between like weight and foundation.
Mm-hmm.
Because like that weight you feel is actually the foundation that like whole phases don't give you. So like although the weight is gone, so is the foundation. So then you're looking for foundation without the weight. But like the line is so thin
Mm.
that I don't think you can have one without the
Go ahead, Allure.
Okay, so the first question is it ever too late, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so. I think I'm a person where I'm like, there's times where I'm like, I know this is not what I want or the other person wants. And I believe like we'll find each other in the end if that's what it's meant to be. You know, real hopeful, romantic type shit. Y'all niggas.
I was about to say that.
Don't forget I'm Big Mama tonight, okay? Don't forget I'm Big Mama tonight. But so that's kind of like how I operate. But there are times where I'm like, damn, okay, did I like not fully like do all I could do? Did I cut it off too quick because I overthought it? Or I'm quick to cut it off because I'm like, ooh, I saw too many things I didn't like, heard too many things I didn't like, and I don't even want to deal with it. I'm quick to be like, I don't even want to deal with it. I can't deal with it right now. So I think I've cut things off too quick because of that. But then also knowing that at a point when I am ready, or if that other person is ready, that if it is meant to be, it'll come back around. And I believe that. And I'm not like a check-in type of person. It's more so like when we find each other, we'll find each other. Yeah, like we'll cross paths. But I also like for me to end it, it does take, even in my quick to cut off, it takes some time because I do think about that. I'm like, oh Lord, okay, are you just doing this because you don't want to fuck with this shit no more? Like you just irritating you, like you done. Like, have y'all talked about it? Have you worked through it? Have you tried? And if I feel like I've done that, then I'm like, all right, you know, I've done all I can do. I'm not going to keep explaining to this person what I want, what I think they should do, what can I do for them. So it's like there's times where I feel like I've cut it off too soon because I've done that like assessment with myself and then hoping another person was doing it and they weren't. So I'm like, shit, all right. Well, maybe I'll catch you later. And if not, I guess not. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
do you think if you actually had that sit down conversation with them, like, I need you to fix this, if you can handle this, we can work out, do you think it would have lasted longer?
I think I've had that conversation before, but then you know certain people, it's just because I'm young. I've had these are conversations with 21-year-old men. Like they looking at me like, what the fuck are you talking about right now? Like, what are you talking about? And I'm kind of looking at it like, okay, well, I'll let you know how I felt, and I don't like how this is going, and I kind of need it to go a different way. You know, I'm not trying to lock shit down. I'm not trying to wife you up. There's certain things that I need, and you aren't doing it for me. So I gotta go somewhere else. Yeah.
Not you wifing up these niggas.
She's still young.
Young, yeah.
She's just the baby girl.
You're right.
She's with the sassy men.
I thought rekindling something. I was like hooked on, okay, you're my person. Thinking of, okay, you're my person. I think that we are gonna be. And I think that was still the 16-year-old Tremaine pining over someone, or pining over his first heartbreak and trying to make it work again and searching for happiness, or hoping that his happiness resided in this other person and their happiness. So I agree with Allure in terms of if something is meant to be, then it will happen naturally. It doesn't have to be forced.
Yeah.
So in the terms of rekindling something, if it happens naturally, yes, you don't have to force anything to happen. Because then once you force something to happen and you make it happen,
yeah,
it can fall apart. In the terms of ending something real soon, ending something too soon, when I was going through everything, throughout that process, a lot of me was like, did I end this too soon? Did I make a mistake? Did I not give it my best effort? And just realizing, like, throughout the course of that relationship, I did give it my best. You won't really find the true answer of if something was meant to be ended until you receive confirmation in some way. Mm-hmm. And I didn't really get that confirmation until my life started changing.
Mm-hmm. Sometime.
Yeah. From letting go of that weight and foundation. Because yes, there were some parts where I look at and was like, okay, this is a good piece that I would want to build a foundation for a relationship. It's not going to be with this person. However, there are some things that it would be good in who I'm supposed to be with. However, at the same time, after I made the decision to leave, there was a part where it was like, wow, this did feel like weight. And weight has been lifted. So, yeah, I hope I answered my own question. Yeah.
I think when it comes to if it's too late to rekindle something or something ended too soon, it depends on the person, like you, or yourself. I think there is a point where it's too late to rekindle things, and I think that's just because of the type of person that I am. I feel like I have a lot of experience with relationships and men in general. So it just gets to a point where you know this is not, I can't help you anymore. You cannot help me. There's no growth. We cannot actually do this no more. And even when you break up or whatever the case may be, and some time has passed and y'all do miss each other and y'all are talking again, you're just in such different spaces. It just doesn't even make sense to go back, or it won't even be the same. So I do think, I'm not saying rekindling things is not possible. It's very much possible. But I do think there's points where it's too late to actually rekindle things. And I feel like I've been through that with my last relationship. What was the other one? Too soon?
Too soon to
Oh,
end something.
no. If I ended it, that's just what I wanted to do. I feel like when I end stuff, it's just so much anxiety and nervousness and just things that led me to that point that once I do it, it's so much weight lifted off my shoulders. I will never believe that I did it too soon. I feel like I do it right when I need to and when my intuition tells me to, and that's when I do it, and it never felt too soon. I'm in a loving relationship right now, so I do feel like this situation, because of him, if something was to happen, I would definitely be reflecting on it a lot more differently than I ever have in the past. And in the past, maybe I never really liked anybody. Maybe that's what all that was about. But yeah, I think it depends on who you are and what stage you are in your life. Like Alora feels how she feels because she's in her younger 20s. At some point when she get in her late 20s, there's just so much that you learn and go through. You know when to cut things off, whether it's too soon or not. Rekindle. You just learn so much. That you just have a whole nother different perspective. Even you before your marriage and after, a whole nother different perspective. So it also depends on the situations and the people that you're with too. So that's kind of my answer.
I think I'm gonna go in reverse because I think the answer to the second question is what accelerates the answer to the first question. So, like, have I ended things too soon, or do I feel like I have? Yes.
Wait, listen to me. The ones that said y'all do feel like y'all ended things too soon, is that comes with regret? You feel like you ended it soon because you regret not having, like, what is that coming
For me in that time, because it was a life change, like it was complete life change. It wasn't a regret, it was more so a reflection, like
could you have made it, could you have done something different?
Exactly.
For the last, is that how you felt?
Yeah, because it wasn't a regret at all. It was more so, it's kind of like you think about it and then you start like having some empathy for something.
Yeah.
It's just like, you know what, maybe I was being a little too hard.
Okay.
Maybe if I was a little softer and that maybe would have made her act this way and then we would have worked really well for the next 5 years. Shoot, we might be, it's kind of like one of those things, like you're reflecting and it's like, could you have done something better? Not regretfully, but more so just like, honestly. You know, like, were you being too much of this? And if you can accept that you were being too much of this, then you will also accept the fact that if you weren't, then it would have played out differently, which would have been more positive, hopefully. You know, so it's more so just like going through the motions of those
But
thoughts.
you never know, like you said.
That make it feel like it's too soon. So yes, I feel like I've left all my relationships too soon.
Really?
Yeah, like every single one. Because I just get like really paranoid really fast about like the future. Because I've seen so many relationships and where they currently are, and it's like they might not be happy or they might just be making it work, and it's like I try to like watch out for that a lot, and I try to like gauge if I feel like I'm gonna settle into that based off of what's happening versus like trying to make the effort to make sure that doesn't happen. I was like just paranoid about things happening, and I hadn't yet assessed that like it takes me to like prevent these paranoid thoughts from happening. It was more so like things were just happening to me. So I was like, oh shit, so like let me get out the way. Because I thought relationships were supposed to be perfect. Like the person I meet, like everything's just supposed to be mad smooth and stuff. Like I know it's supposed to be like back and forth, but I thought those were supposed to be smooth too. Because it's like, we both understand. But yeah, so I feel like I left them too soon for that reason. And so to that, is it ever too late? I don't think so. Like I don't believe that personally. But I do understand that the thought of that question is so subjective to each person
Yeah.
that it's almost not really worth it to me.
Wait, but you don't
I
think
do
about the
feel
other
that I
question?
do feel like it's never too late. But because anyone could feel either way about it, it's like it's not really, to me it's not worth it. Because like people have lives and they keep going, so the likelihood of them being like, I don't know, I want to, well, that and the likelihood of people choosing something new over something they've already experienced is very high. Like if I ask someone, oh, take me back, and they're looking ahead like, oh man, the future looks bright, like they're just gonna leave me behind and be like, I'm gonna take my chances. But well, that's why I say it's not worth it to like try to like run it back. But I do believe that it's like it's never too late. Like I'm kind of like Laura, like the romantic side of things. Like I see everything. I see my life as like a movie.
I swear to
So
God.
it's just like, all right, well then my Tyler Perry moment could
shut
happen
up.
where like I'm just in some random state for the weekend and I bump across, an ex
What
of
are you doing in
such and such
Amsterdam?
years, and it's just like, wow, oh, you trying to get
Please
some
stop.
coffee or whatever? Like, wow,
Yeah.
this was such a good time. We should link back up sometime. It's like, well, I'm married. Oh, I'm married too. It's like, well, we can still see each other. You feel me? Like it's just like
It's just like that rekindle moment. You
I
don't
feel
know.
like any
Y'all
of
might
that
meet
shit
at like
can happen.
65. You
I
don't
feel
know.
like it can happen. And plus, I've heard of relationships that have, like, I know one relationship, they're an older couple now, but they had broken up in like their 20s and they hadn't talked and got into different relationships for like over 12 years.
Mm-hmm.
After that 12th year, they got back together and they've been together ever since. So it's just like,
That's cute.
it could happen.
But holding on to that possibility, I feel like was making me hold on to relationships that because it's like, well, what if, and it's just like, no, you gotta let go of like the what if. It's not working.